So why should you use me as your buyer's agent? Well, let me put it another way. Why should you use a buyer's agent at all? Let's say you're going to buy a car. I mean, most people, everybody, just walks into a dealership or to a used car lot and just goes and talks to the seller themselves or to the salesperson themselves, in the case of a dealership. Now, wouldn't it be better if you could hire somebody for a very reasonable rate to go with you, somebody that not only knew how to get you the lowest price, but knew all the cars, knew all the dealerships, knew most of the salesmen that were in those dealerships? Wouldn't you feel more comfortable? You wouldn't feel like you had to know everything about buying a car. So if you're going to buy a house, which is far more expensive and a bit more complicated, doesn't it make sense to have an agent on your side? Now, as your buyer's agent, I work for you. Once we find a place that you want, we go after it. I take you over there, we look at it, I explain things, whether it's about the house itself, about the area, you know, the amenities, and then we talk about what kind of an offer we should make. You know, based on the CMA, but also based on what I think that the seller might take. And then I go to the seller's agent, and then I negotiate on your behalf so that I can get you that house for the lowest price that I can, but also at the best terms. So the terms are anything from the closing date, money from the seller for things like repairs, closing costs, things like that. If you need a loan, I work with lenders from this city on a daily basis as well. I know who the good ones are. I know the ones that you may not want to work with. Once we do go on to contract, I keep you informed every step of the way, because once we sign on the dotted line, the clock starts to tick, and there's a certain series of events that happens. There's inspections, there's financing that has to take place. The bank will, if you're financing, the bank will want an appraisal done. There's a whole number of things. But I stay on top of that so you don't have to. And then I keep you informed. I'll let you know what the market conditions are. If it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, that's also going to affect the offer that we make. And I look into all that stuff and I advise you, you know, based on what I see and what I find out, I'll advise you on what I think the best offer is to make and how much I think that I can negotiate the price down, if at all. Finally, when we get to the closing table, I want you to be really happy. And that's why my business motto is your satisfaction is my business. Because if you're happy, you're going to tell your family and friends, and they're going to call me next time they're looking to buy a house.